Welcome back to our Joe Homebuyer Utah location case study. This is week 9. We'll be talking about some exciting progress that we've made, kind of show what we've done, and then talk about the plans going forward. So with that, let's jump in. So in terms of publishing, kind of stayed steady at 2 per day, seeing good results with that. In total, the page up to about 333 pages, 624,000 total words. So yeah, things are going well as far as that goes. Let me show you again. We've been focusing on more locations that we're going at too. So we're publishing about, as you can see, North Ogden, Roy, Tooele. So different cities that we're wanting to target more on. And let me show you how that works. So let's go into our results. And again, these are filtered for just the ones in the U.S. Which to me is a more accurate way of looking at it. So impressions up a little bit, good. Average position holding steady, good. Good, better click-through rate, better clicks. When we talk about, so let's talk a little bit about how Google search works. So it's a little bit of a dance where they're showing stuff. Google's trying to, if I type something into Google, they're trying to show me the best thing that they can. And so as a content producer, as I'm producing content, they're going to show me some stuff, and then they're going to see how people like it. And it's kind of this dance going back and forth. I'm going to write more. They're going to look at it. They're going to try different search terms and show it up. And we're both trying to understand each other, if that makes sense. So as the average position goes down, in a lot of ways, that means that they're understanding what the message that we're trying to send, who they feel like it matches with, and then if we're getting clicks, then that means it's working better. Obviously, we want the average position to drop down even more. We want to continue this dance going, right? And then as we look down, number of search terms is up, so they're showing us some more and more queries, trying to figure out what works well. And then let me show you an example of kind of what we talk about as far as how a rising tide lifts all the boats. So if we look, so like Roy, that's one that we just started publishing about. What was another one? Let's look at Roy and let's add, if you let me in, maybe I'll add one more. Let's add Tooele as well. If I can spell it right, Tooele. Okay. So these are 2 locations that we just recently started targeting. And you can see that we are starting to get some search terms, right, on that, which is great. These are areas where we want to work, so we're starting to publish articles and start to get that. If you go down, what's interesting is they're showing, they're not showing the new pages that we wrote. They're showing our homepage, and they're showing this Sell Your House, which is a page that we've had for a long time. And so one thing that sometimes people say is they'll say, well, listen, your new pages aren't ranking, or you're only ranking on a certain number of pages. It's like, okay, well, that may be true, but we're ranking on new terms that weren't there before. So before, if somebody typed in Sell My House Fast Tooele, they got shown somebody else's page. Now they're getting shown our page, right? And Roy, we started just a couple weeks before publishing about Roy. Tooele is newer, and we're starting to rank. So what happens is, from a long-term perspective, when we are a site that's getting, instead of looking at here, in fact, we can look non-US. Let's look non-US. Let's look at the total views that we're getting. Right now, we're getting probably what? I'm guessing maybe 2,000 impressions a week, right? Well, at some point when we're a site, so we're up around 2,000, right? It used to be 1,000, now we're up to 2,000. Great. So at some point, when we're getting tens of thousands of views, it'll spread out to more pages. But Google would rather show people a home page, everything else being equal. And so where we're still growing, they're going to show more of our home page, and then it'll spread out to more pages over time, if that makes sense. But at any rate, the progress is good. So impressions are up, average position is down, clicks are up. Number of search terms down at the bottom are up. Our number of pages actually are up. It's just not up proportional to the amount of pages that we've published, but that's normal. And again, that'll continue to happen. In terms of going forward, our plans are to continue publishing more pages. We'll probably stick with the locations that we've got and won't expand out to more locations yet. We also will probably make some pillar pages to go with these locations and see if we can accelerate it even further and kind of try to keep that trend of having more impressions, the average position dropping, and then obviously more clicks. If you have any questions or there's anything that you'd like me to address on the channel, please either message me, leave it in the comments. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to see as this case study continues. If you have a site that you're interested in participating as a case study, reach out to me as well. We're always looking for more that we can do this with. Thank you very much for your time and watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.